Hey, what's up? Miran here, and I just watched Megamind, directed by Tom McGrath, starring Will Ferrell, Brad Pitt, Tina Fey, Jonah Hill, David Cross, and Ben Stiller. Megamind follows the story of supervillain Megamind, who feels purposeless after he defeats his arch nemesis superhero, Metro Man, and creates his own superhero to fight him and give him a purpose, Titan. But Titan is a loser, and he's also Titan, the loser villain, loser hero is trying to is simping for the girl that Mega Man likes, and he has to, in solving this crazy weird situation, has to learn his purpose as a good person. Megamind is awesome. This is like kind of part of the subgenre of children's animated movies that I like, which I would say is mostly stuff that comes out of DreamWorks more so that like Pixar, and I would say like Into the Spider-Verse definitely falls into this category of like short, like under like a couple hairs under 90 minutes and just like simple and recognizable and tight and just like really fast pacing, and like I guess they're targeted for like a younger audience than maybe some Pixar movies, but I love just like How to Train Your Dragon, and this and Into the Spider-Verse, mainly just for that just efficient quick storytelling, right? Of like, it's very straightforward. It's very easy to grab onto and understand. It's not like Wall-E that starts with 20 minutes of no dialogue, or like whatever, I don't know, Soul, which is like not a kids movie even. It's just like a lesson in script writing almost, right? Like, it's just, here's the character's desires, here's the growth they go through. Everyone has a very clear arc, everyone's purpose is very clear, and it's awesome, and it's just fun and enjoyable, and it's just presented very, very skillfully with really great animation. And this is what Megamind is. Everything is super, super efficiently set up and paid off, even just like tiny little things. That like you would never really think about. You kind of notice it's like, wow, this is like a really well workshopped and well put together script. The all the characters are really interesting, and the premise itself is very smart. And although I would say the main theme of the story is definitely how you have to kind of find your own identity and purpose, and naturally, there's a lot of different interesting themes, and it actually does a really smart job doing some kind of intertextuality stuff with classic superhero comics, and like subverting the Superman trope, and kind of pulling some like bad parts out of pulling some bad some not some bad parts, some criticisms of like the way we kind of idolize our traditional superheroes, and it's interesting and it's fun. And that is the strength of this movie. So I would just say it's script. It's awesome. It's smart. There's a lot of jokes, and most of them are funny, and they're all at least very clever. And I think just in general, it's very fun and very cool and excellently written, and the story is very creative. Um, what and that's the main thing. And I think overall this is a great movie. Why I think it falls flat is honest just in the style department. Like, this is a very well animated movie, just in the sense that the movement of the characters great. But besides the fact, you know what I'm going to say? I think it's visually lacking. I think the character designs are pretty generic, and that's like kind of the point. But like, honestly, Megamind is something that like I could draw. Like, he's just a blue dude with a scary thing, and he's brought to life very much through the animation, and same with all the other characters, but it still is visually lacking. This movie came out in 2010, which is a while ago, and I'd have to look up some other animated movies that came out in 2010 to compare to. But like, just the visual design of it, like the city looks like computer generated, like like it looks like it was made in Minecraft. It's nothing besides really the characters and a couple of like locations look interesting at all. And like, I don't think besides Mega Mind, did I say Mega Man a couple times? Mega Mind himself, like nothing is super visually identifiable. And I think overall it's lacking style that way. The music, the score's by Hans Zimmer and another composer whose name I don't recall, but like it never jumped out at me. It uses a lot of like rock and pop music that's just like unnecessary and kind of doesn't help make it a more unique, stylistically film. And I would say, and this is kind of an unfair criticism, but I'm gonna still say it because it is a kids movie, but because of how plainly laid out the whole setup is, and because of how well we are familiar, how much we are familiar with superhero stories, the ending isn't really a surprise. Like it's definitely satisfying, but everything just goes where you would expect it to go, and it does it in a very nice and complete and clever and satisfying way. But it's not subversive. So because of that, I'm going to give Megamind like a 7 out of 10. I would maybe give a 7.5, but I think I've given a lot of 7.5, so 7 out of 10. But it's awesome. It's great. You know, if you like animated movies, it's 90 minutes, man, and that's what I love. It's just that crisp, awesome storytelling. See you in a moment. Or see later. Whatever. I am going to be uploading never mind. Okay, whatever. Bye.